Hey everyone, welcome to 3 o'clock Tuesdays. It's July 29th. I'm looking in my corner of my eye. July 29th, 3 o'clock, 2014. And I just have to ask, how's the hair? How's the makeup? I got my makeup done today just for you, Kurt. Just for you, because I wanted to look good. Just for you.
That's good.
I got my makeup done today at Sephora, so not bad.
Good deal. Good job.
Good job. Thanks so much. Did you brush your teeth for me at least?
I did put on deodorant. I didn't know about that whole teeth thing until I showed up.
By the way, before camera, he took the laptop to go to the bathroom. So I'm not sure what he did. I didn't want to know. But, Kurt, I just want to say thanks for being on our Hangout today. So this is live with Heather and Hangouts. This is my 5th one. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm having a lot of fun here in Austin, Texas. Now, again, I'm interviewing someone who happens to be in Austin, Texas, who is literally down the street from me, and we're doing a Hangout. I keep doing that. I keep interviewing people here in Austin. I guess I should have you come over to my house and we can do it together. But nonetheless, I'm excited to have you on our live Hangout. And many of y'all know that Kurt and I are friends. I've known you for a long time. I can't remember how long. When was our first fight? That's why I had to ask you the other day. When was our first fight?
A couple years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. By the way, I heard from that individual just recently, by the way.
You did? Interesting. Yes. Okay, I'm going to keep that on the download. This is live.
Yep.
I won't know. I'll ask you off camera what that is. But yeah, we had our first fight. So I think, Kurt, you had your Skype account. I actually had my Skype account one time taken over by a terrorist, is what I call it. You got your Skype account back?
Got my Skype account back through some extreme negotiations.
Yes, I actually have gone through that. I've actually had to negotiate with the terrorist to please give my Skype account back because I didn't have any money in it, and he said he would. So as long as I took a picture of myself, not naked, of course, but I got my Skype account back. I did. So anyway, how did you get your Skype account back? I'm actually really curious. This happens all the time. People take over terrorists.
I basically looked into my account where I registered Skype at, noticed that someone reset the email address. They must have force hacked my password.
Yeah.
So the guy, I set up a new profile, and I added the guy as a friend, and the guy was writing all these people and says, hey, add this guy, and all these smiley faces that would be outside of my pattern the way I operate. So friends are like, is this you? So when the guy texts me and I go, all right, buddy, let's rock and roll this thing. I know who you are. So what I did is I Skyped his email. I go, I know your IP. I know where you're located. I'm gunning for you. We're going to rock and roll this bitch. Let's rock and roll this thing. So I'm typing, and what happened is if you type in your email address too much, it'll lock up your account. So basically what I did is I started entering his email address, 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to lock you. You ready? You ready? You ready? He goes, Kurt. And he put my username and my password. I tried it right away. It let me in. I changed all the information, and we were done. And I'm like, I cannot believe that worked. But it did.
It's funny. That's exactly what I did. Someone hacked it, and I created my own profile, and I friended my old self. That's exactly what I did, except I had to have this negotiation conversation, and it's fascinating. So anyway, how this all came about is when Kurt was telling everybody that
if you type in your email address too much, it'll lock up your.
Oh wait, I just got a feedback there. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad you got your Skype account back, and I'm glad we're here live. So I just want to acknowledge everybody who's never heard of Kurt. I'm going to kind of pull up your little bio here, fun little bio. And not only have I known Kurt for a while, but Kurt Malley has always had a talent for sales, which is true for you. And as a real estate investor in Austin, Texas, Kurt learned to utilize non-traditional advertising avenues to stand out from his competition in order to sell more houses. Absolutely. That's why you and I had a definite connection, because we both came from the real estate investing world and both left the real estate investing world. And he and fellow real estate investors, Nick Bridges, they created together Black Box Media. Black Box Social Media, actually, which is an agency, and dedicate themselves to assisting other business owners with strategic marketing. And their primary service is to create and implement marketing plans utilizing the latest technologies to generate more client profiles. So I'm excited to have you on the line. And Kurt has also been featured in National Real Estate Infomercial, and is contributing author to Mark Victor Hansen's book, Writings from the Heart. which also features contributions from Jim Rohn and Jeffrey Cromes. And as a student of the Web 2.0 platform, Kurt has developed multi-social media marketing strategies designed to generate more leads and close more sales for his clients and each and every economic client. But I have to add here, so here's the cool stuff that he does. So just last week, he sat down direct face-to-face with the Facebook guys, and as we know, Facebook has this kind of leering thing like Google, like, no, we don't know how to get a hold of them, you know? So how did you get that one-on-one, you know, sit down with Facebook?
I am pretty important.
We do know that, but really, I mean, you know, the thing about Facebook, and I'm going to hand it over to you to kind of go into this, but Facebook obviously is the advertising and lead generation and traffic generation in internet marketing is huge, and but more importantly, it's what I call like a black box. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. Like Google, anytime there could be a Google slap or a Facebook slap, and there's what I call underlying protocols all the time. You told me that, and I've learned from you in the mastermind that I've with Keith Baxter and other ones, where you kind of open the doors to what's really going on, and then you tell us about the sit-downs you have with Facebook. So, you know, now that we know where you kind of came from and where you're at now, tell us more about what your agency does and, you know, what's going on with Facebook.
So you asked me about 4 or 5 questions right there, and I'm going to do the very best I can to get through all of them as well for you, too. All right. By the way, can you hear me okay? I just wanted to do a really quick sound check. Does everything look like it's coming in okay? Are we all good to go?
I'm great over here. Yeah, that's good to go.
Okay, good. I was just putting the finishing touches. There's a presentation that I'll kind of walk through a little bit here in just a couple of minutes. But basically, so here's the thing. I'll kind of give you the whole long story short. So we really appreciate the introduction. Appreciate you having me here. You know, the main thing was 3.5 years ago, I got out of real estate and I was broke, and I tell people I was in the NFL club, so no friends left, no funds left. I was having no damn fun in anything I was doing. And I looked at all the options that I had, which is I had no money, I had no credit. I did have a PhD. Heather, do you know I have a PhD? Did you know that?
You have, seriously? Like, not just at partying or having a good time, but really. And by the way, I was part of the NFL team. I didn't know that you and I were part of the NFL team because I was broke, no credit, and I totally get that. So I didn't know we were on the same NFL team. Oh, you are gone, Kurt. Are you there?
I'm here. Okay, sometimes there's a little, it'll cut up. It'll look fine in editing by the time it comes out.
Okay.
But I have a public high school diploma, so I was highly educated with my PhD, and I had lots of options because I had no credit or cash. So what I started doing is I started working with small businesses, and I just knew that I could work really, really, really hard by applying internet marketing strategies I had learned from other internet marketing courses. And I started working with small businesses, and then I started getting referred to one person to another. I just wanted to do a good job, and make money was second, but I never gave away for my services for free. I always charged up front, and people are like, well, Kurt, you know, most marketing agencies I work with, I pay half up front now, half later, and I had to eat. And my speech was just always, no, that's just the way that we charge. That's what everybody does. And everybody goes, okay. And then I just started telling people that I had a waiting list, and they go, okay. So then we'd go out to this place that we know here in Austin, which changed my life, the Internet Marketing Party, and I'd be like, man, I worked with that guy on stage last week. I worked with that guy over there on stage, you know, a couple weeks ago. And then people would just assume, they'd be like, oh my God, you're working with everybody. This is great. So then they'd want to work with me too. So basically now, 3.5 years later, I mean, we're spending close to $500,000 a month on Facebook. I mean, a lot of my clients are, and I like to say this is the who's who. And what I love about our business is clients, A, entrust me with their credit cards, which they have a high limit, which I can test a lot of traffic. But the other thing is I get to look in people's funnels that have produced hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have multiple six-figure clients, seven-figure clients, eight-figure clients. Mm-hmm. So they're like, here's my credit card. See if you can advertise it on Facebook. Here's my entire funnel. I mean, I'm seeing people that I know, Heather, that you and I both know. I'm seeing people where they're like, hey, Kurt, here's excuse me, here's completely open kimono. Look at my entire funnel. Here's the problems I have with my business. So I get to see these high-producing people where I'm like, man, it's interesting, the insight. So what I've done is I've applied my strategy of what we do with Facebook pay-per-click. I've applied it to some 32 different other verticals. It's absolutely worked great. And it rounds out to one of your questions, is Facebook actually had a live event here. There was an event I went to at South by Southwest with one of the Facebook that I met a Facebook girl. She taught us about this conversion pixel strategy. I'll talk about here in just a little bit. And basically what it does is it cut all of our ad costs by over 70%, and just automatically almost doubled performance within just a couple of days. So what we did is this new Facebook Live event that happened here in Austin is we were able, because of the amount of money that we spend and who we work with now, we were able to sit face to face with some global people, some global compliance people that most people don't get access to. I got a lot of really, really good insight to the unwritten rules at Facebook.
The unwritten rules of Facebook. That is a key piece right now. If you're going to be in online marketing, you have to know and understand the unwritten rules. So can you, like what I call, lift the hood a little tonight to kind of give us an insight to what are the unwritten rules, or all of them, but just kind of someone who's listening, an online marketer or a business owner, that to kind of show where Facebook is headed with advertising. I don't think they're stopping. I think this is going to be the future for the next at least 10 years. Yeah,
it really will be. I mean, the main thing is right now is we're really just compiling a lot of information that we just got done from talking to the global compliance people. There's a lot of unwritten rules around like offers and claims and stuff like that. So let me give you a couple of perfect examples. Facebook doesn't like really anymore when people say, learn this one weird trick. Learn how this one thing can quadruple your income. Because here's the thing is, at the end of the day, there's actually been some case precedent with Google to where if you advertise false claims on an advertising platform or network, unfortunately what can happen is that platform can be held liable for such erroneous claims. So, for example, if you say, look at this weird trick, Facebook has two things you need to keep in mind. Facebook only wants to make people happy on their platform. They don't want to make people feel guilty. They don't want to say, are you over 40, overweight, living in Austin and single? That's what your profile may say, but that makes you feel bad on the site. So they don't want you using any of that information. They don't want you using any marketing hooks that make someone feel bad about their current situation. Super important. That's not written anywhere, right? So the second thing is, if Facebook doesn't like you, they will not communicate with you. I know. This makes so much sense, like a 14-year-old girl arguing, right? But they're basically like, look, if we don't like your brand, if we don't like the product, if we don't think it's cohesive, even though it's not written anywhere, we will shut your account down. You will not be able to open up another account, and we will not tell you why, because we really don't want to talk to you in the first place. So
now,
we just choose not to talk to you.
Let me ask you a question with that. Did they shut down just that account? Can you have multiple accounts going and they not know that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So here's what happens. Each client that I have them start their very own brand new account. Okay. There's a very specific way to do that inside the Facebook account. Now, this, keep in mind, you have a personal profile, start a fan page, you can run an ad. I mean, you're going to be fine running ads. When you start spending $10,000 plus a month, you really need to start taking a look at a business account. They're the exact same thing. Instead of logging into Facebook, so like I would log into Facebook underneath an email, it would take me straight to an ad account. That's the only difference. Right now, what people do is people will go out, set up a new fake account. From that fake account, they will then set up a new ad account, and they'll be like, oh, I'll just link this fake account over to my, my personal account for the ad account. Facebook, at a huge high rate of speed, is eliminating fake profiles. So if you set up a second account and you started with a fake profile, Facebook's not shutting you down because your second account. They're shutting you down because you opened up a fake profile. So what they want you to do is they want you to go through Facebook to set up a direct business account. But again, they're very particular about who they want on their platform. And if they choose to shut you off and they see that you have, wait a minute, we shut you off once, you responded to a bunch of tickets, we ignored you, you set up another account, they just get faster at banning you. And that's it. And pretty much they put you on a blacklist. They start banning you all the time. So I had a half-an-hour call with Facebook today directly saying, okay, look, we had a client that had a banned account. What do we do to go forward next? And they're like, here's what you can tell your client. Here's all the things that they want to change. They can try it again. But I have a one-strike policy. You're out here with the agency now, and this all came from last week, which is if you want me to test your traffic in the agency, I'm going to create a brand new account that we will share. I can't use yours. Anything hooked to my personal name gets me blacklisted. So there were people that you and I know, Heather, that accounts were on my account, that they did some shady stuff in the back that I had to delete them off my account. Because what they did in the past can affect how fast customer service responds back to me, because they think that I'm in cahoots with these guys who got their accounts banned or whatever. So there's a lot of unwritten rules. I'm going to do a webinar on this here in a couple of weeks as well too, and this is obviously why we talk about social media ad geniuses. I'll tell people just really quick is, I have my ad agency where we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's written rules or these unwritten rules, or what type of ad works, what kind of color of ad, what's the strategy. I have a whole strategy. We'll give out the link later. I have a whole strategy that I take any brick and mortar business or any 7 or 8 figure client through. It's my top 7 strategies that we do. And then we'll give you out a link later. You can watch a presentation on it. But I've documented, draw a line right down the middle. I have my agency that we don't do any advertising for. It's absolutely referral only. And then we have a product where we document all the processes. We have step-by-step guidebooks that we share, checklists, and we document everything that works in all of our other clients as well too. So I have a lot of insight. So Heather can tell you, in certain events and parties, I get a lot of attention. And God, do I love attention at parties.
You love attention? No way, Kurt. Absolutely. Just a little bit. And I have to ask you a question, maybe on people's minds here. Business accounts. So tell us more. I'm really curious. Is it something you apply for with Facebook? Oh, and I have another question for Facebook. This is totally off the subject, kind of, which is a friend of ours in the mastermind. You weren't there the day when a friend of ours told us that he got his account, his Facebook fan page, certified. Certified.
I know who that is.
Verified. And it was fascinating because the moment we figured that out, we went to like big names like Oprah, and you can see her fan pages, which ones are verified. And because of his verification on his fan pages, all kinds of doors have opened up for him. Can you speak to that for just a minute about business accounts and the verified fan page?
Nope. All unwritten rules. So the individual that you're talking about went to the Facebook event with me. They're like, hey, do you have an extra ticket? And I go, ask and the universe shall receive. Yes, someone called in to work, so come on out. He came out, and he goes, look how I got this verified sticker. He goes, I wasn't supposed to get it. I sent emails in. I wasn't supposed to get responded to. I sat down with guys from global compliance. Like, they set up worldwide compliance, what they want on the Facebook platform. And we're like, hey, what about that little blue check mark? A friend of mine, all of them cut me off, and they're like, doesn't happen. It's hard to get. Not even worth talking about. So the way that he got it is like a lot of ways that Facebook responds is you just send up a trouble ticket and you say, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. Usually they'll ignore you, and every once in a while you'll log in and you're like,
so it's like it literally is the guy, what they call the wizard behind the curtain. That's what Facebook is. We're always constantly knocking on their doors. So really, there isn't like a pathway or what they're looking for, really, for the verification?
Unwritten, do not talk about it.
Oh my God, I'm so bummed. Okay, well, good for him, our friend who got it.
Yeah, there's no other way.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, what about business accounts then? I'm totally bummed about that. And I'm bummed that you didn't invite me to the Facebook event. I'm down the street. Come on, Kurt, really? I didn't go. I didn't know about it. Tell me about the business accounts.
So I'm trying to find a link here real quick.
Sure.
Give me just a second where I'm pretty sure I can show. Now, I shared a link, and I'm only going to let you share this link. I shared a link inside of our chat right here, which will take people directly over to where they get the business account.
Okay. Hey, Lewis, can you grab that link for me and send to my Skype? Okay. So this is a link that goes through Facebook to get the business accounts. Can you talk about what that means and what the difference is, and when someone should switch over to a business account versus their personal one?
Yeah, hang on. I'm going to do a screenshot right here. So I will put this in the chat so you can see that. So I gave people the link.
Okay.
Right? And this is it. Now, I'm going to tell you this, Heather, and I'm only going to tell your audience this, and I would really keep this to yourselves. Heather, there are people in our mastermind that I can upset from time to time. Yes, believe it or not.
No,
People have paid over $5,000 to get new accounts set up.
Yeah.
So I just sent the link in the screenshot. People have paid up $5,000 to get accounts set up, and it's really just the click of 3 buttons. Most people didn't know where to click, so there were people inside that mastermind that have paid other people $5,000 to get a new account set up. You don't have to pay anything.
That's it? I'm looking at the screen right now. Okay.
And then Facebook says, hey, send me your link to your offer. They don't like affiliates, so they don't like any of affiliate offers. It has to be your own product, your own service, your own webinar, your own business. Facebook wants to tell good feeling stories on the platform that go over to good stories that connect, nothing that makes them feel bad, no kind of income claims, no kind of health claims, because they can't verify them. Oh, most important process about Facebook compliance?
Yeah.
A lot of it's automated, so it only looks for keywords. That's why you'll have ads approved, and then all of a sudden 3 days later they're denied, because it has to be automated because they have millions. Here's the crazy thing. I spend close to $500,000 a month. If you spend $20 a month, you go through the same support channel I do. So there's a new way that they just taught us today to hook up our account because of what we spend. So when we go through customer service, they can see, oh, these guys are... But right now, Facebook has to monitor, basically auto-responds to everybody.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, it's all automated for the most part.
Okay, so this link that you just sent over, I just want to, can I share it with everybody here on this? Can I share that?
Yeah, I'd just share it with just your audience. I'd put it like in an email follow-up or whatever.
Yeah, okay, great. I will, let's see. So the URL, if you can write this down, https:// okay, www.facebook.com/business/contact-us/. Now, the screenshot that he has, I might be able to share my screen real quick. I'm going to see how that works. Let's see. I'm going to share the screen for everybody. Here we go. Let's try it. Okay. Here it is. This is right here, a screencast of, what is it of? Kurt.
Your bathroom. Oh, it's not a quiz. Okay.
Yeah.
That is when you go to the link that we sent out. It says the very first thing you want to do an account creation. You can click on full size, then I can see it better.
Oh, okay.
Full size. Maybe just hover right above the image, at the very top of the image, or just double click the image.
Is that better?
What happens when you double click the image? Now we see you.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Whoa. It's all right. People can see the link when you guys send it out. But yeah, basically what it does is it shows exactly where to go to get it done.
Okay. Did it screw up? Did I screw up on it? I've never done screen share on Google Hangouts. So.
Not a problem at all.
Okay, great. So that's what that is. So okay, going into your what you guys offer. If someone hears like, hey, I'm not spending $10,000 a month on Facebook, but I want to get into it. How can they learn from you? I know you have a product, but you also have a Jumpstart product, which basically is a course, coaching course, a group coaching course that you guys take people through, you and Jeff Shecky. So I just wanted to, give people an opportunity to talk to you and see how they can work with you, or I don't know if they just want to get started on Facebook, or hey, they have $50,000 a month they want to throw at you. What are the options?
That is a really, really good question. So a couple of different options. What I always tell people, if they're really just getting started, one of the best things they can do is they can check out our course at Social Media Ad Genius. It's $297, and literally we tell people, look, soup to nuts, you want to learn how to basically just get onto Facebook, you can just rock and roll, right? And literally we take up people if they've never set up a fan page. We show people case study if you're affiliate, if you're a brick and mortar business. I mean, these strategies are universal. It's kind of like learning how to be a carpenter. You can build a house or a bridge or whatever. I mean, all really quite easy, right? So we teach you the basic fundamentals. Now, I don't care if you've never spent money on Facebook. I don't care if you've never had an account. Course is absolutely for you. And we've broken it out from beginner, level 1, level 2, level 3. Heck, level 3 is for someone running $3,000-$4,000 a day on Facebook. Man, it'll make a huge difference. I absolutely guarantee that. Plus, there's a money-back guarantee. You also get access to social media in 7 minutes, which teaches you all the organic ways to market online for all the social sites. I mean, I'm telling you basically this. Options overall are this. $297 gets you the course. Now, if you started at the very top, and I'm just giving you this for a comparison, I'm not going to do any kind of cheesy sales or buy now, limited time only. Any of that. I love when people are like, limited time only, I only have 5 digital courses. Oh, now I have 100, whatever, right? So basically here's what we got. For instance, if I was going to fly out to you and I was going to fly out to your offices, I'd bring somebody with me. We'd fly out to your offices. We'd spend 2 days, go through your entire funnel. It's $20,000. You know, I really only have people do that who are just really running a lot of traffic. Second option is $10,000. I go for 5 hours. We're going to coach, and we'll set up 5 coaching sessions. And that's not what I recommend people to start with right away. You know, I got to have a good conversation with you, and I don't do very many one-on-ones. So what I tell people is I go, look, we have a way that you can onboard with our agency, but it's a minimum of $4,000 over 30 days, where we get you up and running at least $2,000 of paid traffic, but we set up a whole foundation. Literally, like, this is your foundation. We set up the whole thing, and we say, Heather, at the end of this, either you can run this on your own, you can hire someone else to do it, or you can hire us to do it as well. So for the most people, if you're just starting out and you're spending under $2,000 a month, just get the course to do it 100% yourself. I mean, it's the easiest way to start getting it done. And if you're saying, hey, look, I have a funnel, I'm already selling stuff online, Kurt, I'd like to set up a phone call. There's a short little survey that we have to fill out. Like I said, we're referral only. We're very particular who we work with. Just because, you know, our methods work, and Heather, I'll tell you the story real quick, and it's just the truth. And I was at the NBA. You know, we have some clients that are in the NBA, and basically what happened is I'm standing in front of one of the clients, and this guy from Oklahoma stands up, this owner of this minor league team. He goes, Kurt, you said you can't guarantee your services, but you say all your clients get a return within 60 to 90 days. If all your clients get a return, why can't you offer a guarantee? And I go, that is a really good question. My client started to smile and kind of laugh, and because he knew what I was going to say. And I go, there is only one variable between me, my processes, and he looks at me, and I go, dude, my stuff always works. You're the only variable. I don't know if you're going to be like our client and do exactly what I tell you to do, when to do it, or if you have an ego with you. So the reason I can't give a guarantee, because right now you're unpredictable.
Yeah, that's very true. And I just want to, the URL that I have right here is heatherhavenwood.com/adgenius to go check out his stuff. But that's very true. I mean, as doing client work, sometimes that's the variable. That's why you have to be really, really picky on who you work with. And I have to give you kind of a fun joke. One time I think I sent you a text and I said something about hiring you. And you said, well, you're an expensive escort. And I I started to laugh, but it actually makes sense. It's like, you know, if you're going to do client work, if you're going to, you know, really get out there and help other clients and businesses take the business to the next level, make sure that you're what I call a high-paying escort, because those are the only way to deal with sometimes with clients, because you know, you have the other side of the variable, which is the client. They don't always want to do the work, that part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Picky.
Picky, picky, picky.
Be picky. I love that. So, okay, so people can go find you at heatherhavenwood.com/adgenius. But if someone's like, hey, I don't have that kind of money to spend with you guys, and I don't want to do that, I really want to learn how to take my business to the next level. You know, tell us about your products and things like that, or, you know.
Yeah, it's 100% is, I mean, what I always tell people is start out, I mean, even my clients that end up being my clients, go check out Social Media Ad Genius and start learning it on your own. I mean, when people call me, I'll just be really transparent with everybody. When people call, like, you only have so much time in the day. Now, I love what I do, so I'm working 12, 14 hours a day. Now, there's only so many clients at the end of the day that we can take on. So what happens is we go out to these events, and we speak at these events, and people will literally line up and say, I want you to run my traffic. And I go, great. Do you know how to run your own traffic? And they're like, no, that's why we want to hire you. And I go, but that's part of the problem. You have to know how to run traffic so we can figure out how to work with each other, and you know how to manage me and I know how to manage you. You can't manage a process, you can't inspect a process, you can't follow through on a process that you don't know on your own. So I tell everybody, get the course. If someone's like, okay, look, if you want to get the course, and I know you'll send out the link with this too, but it's heatherhavenwood.com/add-genius. I'm sure that you guys will have a button or something like that on the replay or whatever. They'll have a big button below or to the side or to the right. Wherever you see a button, click it as many times as you can. Get out your credit card, throw it at the machine, and write your number down. And I'm telling you, your entire life will change.
By the way, I want to let people know I have the course, and I have a lot of other Facebook courses, and it's really good. I've been through the course, so I have to say I have actually been through the course.
My stuff works all the time.
It does work all the time, and you're on the cutting edge of everything. You also do, if they want to do the Jumpstart course, you do a live lunch and learn, part of not the course, but actually an upgrade of that with the group coaching. And I love that because Facebook is ever changing. And like I said, that Facebook event y'all went to was last Friday. It hasn't even been a week. It's been like 3 days. So you have new stuff coming out right now. I'm sure you're going to hit on a lunch and learn. So go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we do is I found out that, 3 years ago, I'll kind of step back for a second. I remember 3 years ago being completely broke, and there's a big difference between being broke and underfunded. Broke is, I can't do this, I can't afford this, I'll never have this, it'll never happen for me. You're going to be broke the rest of your life, there's nothing that you can do to change that. Underfunded is, I know I can do it, I know this will work, I just don't have the funds right now, but I really believe in the process, right? People just have to commit to the process. So as my agency has grown, I am very fortunate and very humbled by the experience that lots of people request my time. So I have people with 8-figure businesses. I have people who buy my product at $297. I have people who say, Kurt, I want to work with you for 6 weeks. So the question comes down to, I used to think it was, these gurus are real cocky. I was called a guru the other day, and oh my God, it was the most greatest compliment because I had no idea that at this point I had hit the guru status, and it was just awesome. But here's the thing, though. I mean, let me ask you this. Let's just have a really open conversation. If someone pays me $8,000 to run their campaigns, right, Kurt, here's $8,000, all they want to know is they make money. That's all they want to know. Now, for the next step from that, if I fly out to someone for 2 days, right, they pay us $20,000 to fly out there, let's just say. I'm spending 2 days with them. Let's just say I have a 6-week course where I'll take people hand by hand and handhold them, right, and just take that time and really handhold them. So my time's getting pulled around. What happens when you have somebody that calls and wants to talk for an hour for free? Here's the problem. Which one of my clients do I steal time from? The $20,000 client that I threw out there, that's not fair to them. What about if you paid to be in a 6-week course for me? And some people are like, Kurt, it's all about the money. I go, no, it's where your commitment is, because I can't take away from the commitment some other client gave to me. I'm happy to help. I want to help people, but to be clear in my language, I want to assist to give people a hand up, not a handout. And I can't steal my time from other clients because they paid really well for it. So I tell people, start it on your own, right? Do your own course. That will make you money. If you really are serious about your business and you really want to talk to us about, we do have every 6 weeks, we have a new class that starts where we hold people by the hand of what to do so they can run on their own traffic as well. Again, there's an application process that we can go through, and I'm happy to share that. But to get started in the process, you can just go to heatherhavenwood.com/add-genius. You'll watch the 7 strategies that we use. You can find out other information. And if nothing else, we can get my assistant to set up some time. Ashley, she's absolutely amazing. She'll take care of that. But, it really comes down to what do you want in life? And I'm just going to be real open. Heather knows this because you've done a lot of personal coaching too. How fast do you want to get there? You can absolutely do it on your own, but remember this. No one ever does anything consistently ever. And that's your competition. So if you wake up in the morning, just a thought, I have no money, I have no credit left, I have no damn education, I don't want to go get a job, all I know is no one does anything consistently ever. If I get up and wake up every day and spend 2 hours in a course and then take that 2 hours and implement for another 2 hours, I know I'm farther ahead of 99% of the population. Even if I'm dumb as rocks, I don't understand it, I just have bigger commitment, right?
I love that. That is so true, especially in internet marketing. Consistency, consistency,
I mean,
consistency.
Heather, let's be honest. You know a lot of 7 and 8 figure earners. How
I
many of
do.
those 7 and 8 figure earners are the smartest people that you know?
They're smart. They're very
All of
smart.
them?
Yes, I'm thinking
That's
of
my
a
point.
few.
You know what I mean? There's some people you're like,
What the fuck? How do they make that money? Right. Yeah, no, it's consistency. I know them from a point of their commitment and the consistency. And to me, that's smart. So it depends on how you look at it.
okay, let me reframe. Book smarts, like highly educated PhDs, actual PhDs. How many entrepreneurs do you know that have 3 degrees and are 7?
Very few. In fact, usually it's the opposite.
Yeah, it's all about persistence, not about the education. Education is great, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it really goes to persistence. I'm digging your tea plant over there. Is that tea? Or are you in Colorado? Oh, you're in Austin. What kind of plant is that? Uh-oh, there went your audio.
Hey.
Now I can hear you.
This is my money tree. Can you hear me?
Your money tree, where's the dollar bills at, or does it only grow hundreds?
No, yeah, well, it grows hundreds. I have it in my office. It's growing. It's gotten really big. I actually started really small, and this is my, sexy boss canteen that I have to drink my water out of because it's so damn hot here. So did you have a presentation at all that you want to talk about? Anything? You said the top 7 things you need to know about Facebook, and I'm just kind of curious if you wanted to hit those out of the park, or what do you think?
Let's see here real quick. Let me just kind of let me do this, and I'm going to go through this rather quickly, but it's good just to kind of see just a couple of points. I'm going to kind of skip through some points, so hang on a second here. Let's go to this thing called screen share. Let's go over here. We're going to do something really trippy here in a minute. Ready?
Oh, trippy.
Should.
Okay. I see myself on
Can you
your
see my screen?
Yeah, Facebook's automated. Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, Facebook's automated funnel conversion strategy.
Whoops, now it just went away.
Went
Give me
away.
a second, I'll be right back.
I'll be right
I'll
back.
come back here in a second. Hang on. There we go.
Love Google
All right.
Hangouts. So cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So here's basically what we have. What I show clients is here, for example, this is a client in the survival niche. You're seeing that they're making, we look at everything at 1 day, like what happened yesterday, what happened 2 days ago, because we're looking for trends, what happened in the past 7 days, last month, or previous month.
Hey, Kurt, we can't see it. All we see is the main one, Facebook's automated funnel conversion strategy. We don't see the next slide.
Wow.
There it is. There it is. A little delaying. All right, $772 profit in 1 day. Cool.
So let's see here.
Maybe a little delay.
Yeah, there's a small little delay. Let's do this one more time. And this doesn't sound. Hello?
Okay,
Hello?
great. Okay, there you are. So we see a slide, 772.95 profit in 1 day.
Yes. So basically what we have is we can see here that this is with a survival client, right? So we're making $700 a day in profit. Can you see my next screen with the with the $44,000 in profit?
We now do, yes.
Okay, so this is a client here, and this is a water filtration. I mean, you can see in the 2 previous days, this is July 5th of this year, I mean, they made $3,400 net. And again, this is for a physical filter product. Now, people always ask, well, what about leads? I want to grow an email list. Well, we can also show people how in the business coaching niche, we can drive over 1,700 leads for less than $1 in just 7 days. See, what happens is it doesn't really matter what niche that you're in. What really matters is your sharpening of your avatar. And I'm going to spend just a second on that. But I really just want to show people numbers, what the course can do. Now, Heather, can you read what that number is underneath the first arrow on the left-hand side?
We have conversion rate of 25.66%. That's huge. Is that conversion to a sales page or what?
That's an opt-in. And what's the number right above that?
9,000 opt-in, so 9,011.
Over the course of how long?
A day?
Yep.
Holy.
I had somebody yesterday go, Kurt, have you ever driven enough traffic? Enough, I mean, seriously, where you can get 5,000 leads in a month? I mean, just be open with me. And I'm like, yeah, we have a client, we did over 9,000 leads yesterday. Okay, never mind, I understand. But again, these principles can use for anybody, right? These are 13,000 leads I got under $1 under 30 days. This is for a friend that you know as well, Heather, that has one of the biggest YouTube channels out there in the health and wellness niche.
No, yeah, of course. 13,000, that's huge.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you this here real quick. I mean, this is a client that we have that they have a blogging product. You know, in this blogging product, they're losing money every single day. Their cost per click is that first arrow right there. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this. I may be able to. You know, the cost per click is almost $3. To get an opt-in into their list, it's almost $10. I mean, this is really expensive. We use this thing called the conversion pixel strategy. This is something we learned directly from Facebook.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's going to move over to the next slide.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, okay.
These guys got $5,000 profit in 7 days versus $3,000 profit in an entire month the month before.
And their CPC went to $1.
Yep, and look at the cost per opt-in. You know? And here's what they get net revenue. So they put $5 in, get $7 out. Do that all day long. Right?
That's huge.
Well,
that's revolutionary.
I mean, here's the other thing as well too. Look at this. We got 46 conversions at $122. Right? So we sold. This is a water filter campaign. We sold 46 sales at $122 per sale. By the way, we make money. I know it's going to be hard to see. I'm not even, maybe I'll just try it. It is the client makes money at, I'm trying to draw with my mouse, so that's not going to work. The client makes money at $150. Okay? So at $122 cost per sale, they still make $30. We made one change, what we talk about the conversion pixel overlay, which I'm going to spend just 30 seconds on. But yeah. Look, we made one change. Look at that. The customer made money at $150. We were getting them sales for $122. We changed one button, dropped those cost per sales to $56.26.
That's a huge difference.
Huge. And this is a conversation that we had directly with Facebook. So, as Heather said, I've spoken on stages, blah blah blah. I got a PhD, lost my ass in real estate, started an online company, great success story today. Got lots of amazing clients. But really what it comes down to is really this, and I'll just spend just a second on this. Here's the 7 steps, and then I'm going to jump into one other thing and kind of wrap this up. I usually have a longer 45-minute presentation. We just unfortunately don't have time for today. But my overall 7 steps is this. What I show people to do is I show them how to get targeted likes to their fan page. Now let me be clear. I don't really care about how many likes you have on your page. I don't care how cheap your likes are. I don't care if you have 1,000 likes or 30,000 likes. Yeah. What I'm looking to do is I show people how to do a like campaign so we can verify our avatar in our market. So if we set up an avatar that's 35 to 40 years old who likes tennis and we're going to advertise a tennis racket, what I can do is I can advertise love tennis. The people that raise their hand and like that page that love tennis, those are the first people I market to. They're the people that are engaged right now. So I don't care about how many likes you have. I just want to see if, hey, are you in the interest of my products or services? And then what we do is we show people how to post engagement on Facebook. Now, engagement really does suck on Facebook. It's really pretty bad. But this strategy right here of posting engagement, figuring out what post works, and then like Heather, you did a promoted post, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what happens is now you do your promoted post, you start looking at what post had the most reach. You take that one post because you got in likes, you figured out what people liked for the most popular post. Step number 3, you turn that popular post into a promoted post with a possible call to action. You can add a link for people to click back to your website or whatever. Well, then what ends up happening is now you've pre-qualified your audience because you've gotten likes, you've gotten the engagement, you see what post they like the most, you boosted that post with a call to action, that got some traction. Now what you do is number 4, which is super important. You advertise in people's news feeds, these are called dark posts, that are not a part of your fan page.
So dark posts are actually promoted posts inside of someone else's fan page?
No.
No.
Close. A dark post is where you can promote a post
that will be seen in the news feeds of other people's Facebook, period. Not other people's fan pages, but when you log into your Facebook and you scroll down your news feed, I can put ads in your news feed. So what I'm going to do is, let's just say it's tennis rackets.
Yeah.
I'm advertising to people. Watch, I'll show you. Let me step back. So I'm going to show you dark posts. I'm actually going to go through this real quick. And then we have advertorials. And advertorial is really, okay, once you really start getting people to be effective with you, what kind of ads do they like to see? And then we start doing funnel targeting and retargeting. Basically, every single business out there has some type of sales funnel, right? And basically what a typical sales funnel is we work on attraction. We get attention. Hey, look, I'm over here. Hey, look, here's why you should be attracted to me. The marketing, now that you're attracted, let me tell you a little bit about me. And sales, give me your money for exchange of this value and service. And then people who love your products are raving fans. Then you go to high-ticket sales. Just remember this. Someone had taught me this once, and I love this. Your marketing sells your product. Would you agree with me, Heather, that your marketing sells your product?
Absolutely.
Right. Here's the most important thing. Your product keeps people from refunding. So think about that for a minute. Most people are like, oh my God, I got to have, Heather, you and I were talking about this today. Oh my God, I got to have this product. The product's got to be perfect. We're going to do this product. We're going to do this product. Well, your marketing sells your product, and nobody sees your product until they swipe your credit card. So it could be said that your marketing actually sells your product, and your product, you just got to make sure it's really good quality so people don't refund. But most people will spend 8 weeks creating the perfect product and then spend a week on their marketing and wonder why it doesn't work. It really should be the other way around. And here's the thing, I tell people this all the time. Even if you build a product that you don't have out to market and you sell it before you build it, if you believe in your core beliefs and in your heart and in your gut that you will absolutely unequivocally over-deliver to these people once it is your time to stand up and perform, then you can unequivocally sell your products or services or training before you create it. But if you're someone who puts stuff off and all of a sudden you got $3,000 in your bank from 20 different people and you're a little lazy, I would be called, get the hell out of internet marketing because you give me a bad name. I know what the hell that I'm doing, and I will fulfill. Even when I didn't have any money, I knew I'm going to do what's right. These are amazing people, and I will always make sure I do what's right. Those are the people that I want working within my niche. They all give us good names. If you think you're going to take money and then just run and not have to do any work or provide value, get the out of internet marketing or whatever
internet marketing. Absolutely. I completely concur with you. If you're going to just take people's money, then please, you're giving everybody else a bad rap that actually really helps people. Oh, yeah, please. Yeah.
Just leave. So my 70 steps comes to this. I'm going to go through this really quick. You really figure out your avatar, right? And I go through a longer training at the link that we'll give you at the end of this as well too. We really define out who do we want as a customer. What's their age, gender, what's their buying habits. We start a like campaign, and what we do is we just get people to start raising their hand, and we pre-qualify our customers. That's it. And I'll give you an example. Here's an example. It may take a second for the screen to switch. Are you an entrepreneur, like us? Do you love tennis rackets, like us, or do you love tennis? If you're standing on stage and say, how many people love ABC company? Nobody cares. But if you're standing on stage selling tennis rackets, and you're like, how many people here love tennis? Half the room raises their hand. Now you look at only that half of the room. How many people here would play tennis every day if they could? Half of those people raise their hand. Now you know you got a very targeted audience that you're just going to market your entire thing to those people who want to play tennis every single day. Right? You pre-qualified it. So the nice thing with Facebook is they actually give you images that you can use that are stock images, that are royalty-free, that can evoke that emotion as well. We just type in an emotional word, match that picture with an emotional word, verify our avatar, and then we tell Facebook, go out and get us likes. I don't care about the cheapest clicks. I don't care about impressions. Go out and get me likes. I want Facebook to attract the people over my tribe that's best going to fit me. Right? So what happens is that the attention, that's why we're getting likes. Now I'm just going to tell you this really quick. You can actually run a report inside of Facebook to verify the people's ages that are clicking on your ads, verify their location and their click-through rate. That's their interest. People who click through your ad, they're interested, they're like, what is this? They click on it, that is a click-through rate. Anything above 1% is good, but Facebook will actually tell you where are some of your most powerful ads and some of the most powerful things that you can use on Facebook. Now, I don't have time to go in this today, but what we talk about is audience insights as well too. There's a place in Facebook now, I don't know, Heather, if you've played with this, you can actually upload your email list where you see the very first arrow on the left-hand side. You can actually upload your email list, you can upload your customer list, or if you want to find out who's interested in a certain keyword, here's what ends up happening. Look at this. It'll tell you demographics of people. It'll tell you their lifestyle, what other pages they like, where are these people located, what's their household income, what's their purchase history. Look, these people I've selected are part of the American Pie families. What's that? Apple Pie families are upper middle class couples with school-aged children. They're homeowners, often minivan drivers, and avid radio listeners. Wow. Like the whole thing, you can literally figure out exactly who your perfect avatar is with that audience insights. And again, that's just in the ad account. I'm going to go back fast through it. Well, it'll screw everything up. And then here, just to make this easy, once you figure out your avatar, you start posting engaging content. You'll do a boost post, and again, I'll go over this in more detail on the training at heatherhavenwood.com/ad-genius. But what happens is we show people how to get likes. We show people how to boost their content, right? And then now here's what happens: is you want to make sure that you're not running. You want to make sure that you're not running on all the default settings on Facebook. The default settings are actually made to steal money from you. So just be really cautious. Again, really go through the training. I don't have much time to spend in here. We just want to be strategic on our reach. We want to be strategic on the people that we reach out to, that we talk to, the people in our tribe. And I'm going to go through this really quick. On Facebook, if you just do a post-page engagement, a boost post, it's just going to build your brand. Page likes, they just build your brand. You want to focus on getting clicks to your website. You want to focus on one of the biggest money makers called the website conversion pixel. I'm going to show you one slide here in just 30 seconds. This should change your entire mind about website conversions or whatever the heck that is and how you can sell more stuff on Facebook.
I've been wanting you to talk about this. I'm excited. Woohoo! This is a cool thing for pixels.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Actually, just 4 slides in. There's 4 different types of ads, right? And what the ads basically look like is this. We use this, what I call this link preview ad. Let me change the color to yellow. Right here, this ad right here, we use, I would say, keep in mind, remember I'm writing with a mouse, 80% of the time we're using these link preview emails or these link previews. So if anybody clicks on any of these, if anybody clicks on any of these videos right here, right, or sorry, if anybody clicks on this image, it goes directly to my website. So they click and then they go over to my website, okay? This video right here is really good for branding. So if anybody lands on my landing page, they see a video that shows what we call down here is lovingly called the bunker that Heather's been down to before. But when people see my ads, now they also see a couple testimonials and they see a video of me walking through my agency. So what people are doing is I'm building rapport with people. They're seeing videos, they're seeing one more often. Again, all I'm doing is building rapport, right? Now, we also have pictures. You can tell I like using this little guy right here, right? He's in all my images for branding. Pictures will give you a really high click-through rate, but it doesn't mean it's going to get you leads because people have to basically click on the picture, and then in the picture there's a description. I know this is hard to see with yellow. There's usually a link in the description versus with this ad up here, if someone clicks directly on this ad, it goes right to a website, right? Now, a lot of gurus will say don't advertise on the right-hand side of Facebook. I'm telling you, always be split testing. Advertising on the right-hand side can be very, very, very effective, especially since Facebook has just recently changed how people advertise on the side. I don't have much time to go through that, but again, it's always about split testing. So you can see where we get likes, boost posts, we're creating money posts. You can see where people are getting engaged. Now let's talk about the sale. We're going to laser target your avatar. See, we got the gender thing working, right? We know the age and gender. We know the people where they're clicking at. We know Facebook interest targeting. There's no longer this precise interest. It's actually much more general, but it helps you pre-qualify your audience, which I'll show you here. You know, Facebook also has ways that you can target people for their off-site habits, people who have bought health and wellness products, people who have subscribed to home improvement magazines, people whose income is over $150,000 a year, right? So lots of interesting targeting, but here's my biggest one, conversion lookalike audience targeting. I can actually have Facebook do all the targeting for me. This is how we're going to wrap up the presentation. This is where I go into masterminds. I mean, Heather knows this. She's seen me speak at it, and I don't want to sound cocky or overconfident, but when I start talking about this next part, everybody in the room listens. Everyone. There's very few people who are doing this.
Yep.
So here's what happens. Facebook will actually profile your perfect prospect for you. So this is called optimization targeting. Now, I know this is an ugly slide that I created, but it makes the point, right? And let me show you exactly what that is. So let me change this here real quick. All right, this is my avatar. We're going to call this guy Alex. Okay, I know exactly who Alex is. Now, I'm going to be running Facebook pay-per-click. Okay, I'm going to run this traffic to a landing page. This is somewhere where I'm going to ask people, will you enter in your information, right? Email information. Now, this right here is a cookie. This is a little piece of code that people call a pixel, or they call a tracking cookie. Let's just call it a cookie to make it easy. But it's a little piece of code that Facebook gives you that you put on your site. Now, there's actually 2 cookies that you can put on each website that you have, which I'll explain in a second, or each web page. So cookie 1 is going to be for conversions. Now, conversions can be wow, this is really bad, but that's all right. Well, CONV, conversions. So 1 pixel is going to help you with conversions. 1 is going to help you to, I'm going to put RT, retarget. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. Here's Alex, right? So here's Alex. I'm showing Alex this ad right here. Alex goes to this page. Now, because Alex landed on my lander, because that little cookie that I planted, I can tell, not exactly who Alex is, but I can tell all the Facebook people that went to this page. Well, now what happens, they go to that page, now they opt in their email information, right? So let's say this email information right here. Now Facebook can see these people who opted in and gave their email information. If I wanted to, I could show them a completely different ad, right? Just because they're thank you. Now they're in my funnel. They're going to watch my my video, right? I'm going to have you guys watch my video training too. They're going to pass by my shopping cart. Now they're going to become a raving fan, okay? So let's just say they watched my VSL. So this is going to be, let's just make a little star here real quick. That's close enough. So here is the star, right? Now right here, once someone orders something, right, they place an order. Now what happens is you're going to see this little money sign right here. So you can see that Facebook will now track every place that your avatar goes. So the more people that I get passing through these cookies, right, they're working their way through my funnel. Right now it looks like I got a bunch of chicken scratch, but I'm getting as many people to pass through this as possible. Now I say, Facebook, go out and find me the top 1% of the people in the country that I want to target who have a high probability of hitting my landing page. Right? Facebook can go out and target people that have a high probability of hitting my landing page. Now, it really gets exciting once you get 100 people to opt in or submit their email information or sign up for your newsletter. You can tell Facebook, do me a favor. Go out and find people that have a high probability of opting in. The other thing is, right here, is check this out. So, right there is, hey, check this out. Facebook, go out and only find me the top 1% of the people in the country I want to advertise in that have the highest probability to order. Facebook will build you all the perfect traffic once you put in these little tracking codes or these cookies on your site. It's one of the most profitable things in the world. Let me just show you this. Heather, you want to take a screenshot of this?
Actually, have to go back.
What's that?
You have to go back. Which one? This one?
Yeah, you want to see this $100 ad spend. I skipped over a couple slides.
Okay.
But if I was going to spend $100, I'd spend maybe $5 on a light campaign to qualify my leads if I didn't have a list. 5% would be engagement, maybe branding. 70% is on dark post where I'm making a direct offer to a lander or a video. I do a retargeting of anybody who hits my website with a testimonial. And then also I have a rapport building video that shows people, a little bit more about who I am and where we work at. And then I also have, and you guys will see this as well too, is I also have if people don't buy watching our first video, I retarget them saying, hey, it's basically my same video, but I cut it into 4 equal parts. So it's just me standing at a dry erase board. And then the biggest one I use for retargeting is, anybody who lands on a page, I can retarget them with a specific ad that says, today's the day it all changes for you. Today is the day that you become, and then fill in the blank for any type of client, survival expert, fitness expert, expert on tea, whatever. People love clicking on that. Does that all make sense?
Sense. Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty hot. I mean, put that up. Let's see, put that up again. That right there is a huge piece of Facebook marketing on where people are going to spend their money, what they're going to do. That's really hot. Mm-hmm. I love dark posts. And the piece about the pixel you just explained is so revolutionary, and you're right. When we were at a mastermind, everyone completely quiet, because that's revolutionary in the world of direct response marketing. Basically telling a system, hey, these are where my buyers are, go find me more of them. I mean, that's revolutionary in direct response marketing. And as you know, I did an event back in October with Joe Sugarman, and he's an old school copywriter. And if they could have done that back in the 70s and 80s, I mean, it's just revolutionary for you to create a profile, an avatar of your customer, and then basically have this large search engine go out and find more of them. And that's massive.
Huge. I mean, it's huge. And I'll just show people this real quick, and we'll wrap everything up. I mean, look. Here's 53,000 leads under 20 cents using the same strategy, right, in less than a month. That was for astrology, and you can see we had 71% opt-in rate, right?
Yeah.
You can see that we got 12,000 leads for under $1, all under less than 30 days, right? And I'll show you this real quick. They're actually just simple surveys. That's all they are. Heather, you and I were talking about this today. Simple surveys.
Now, where are you getting your surveys? I mean, do you have any software, or are you just getting those created?
You can get them created pretty much anywhere. SurveyMonkey is great. There's lots of different places you can get surveys done at. All very, very, very simple.
Well, I'm just right now going through, you and I have a friend, Ryan. I always say his last name wrong.
Yep, Ryan Levesque is awesome.
Yeah, so I'm going through his course right now, and I'm hopefully going to have him come out and speak as well on survey funnels and his amazing techniques on how to create funnels for your funnel surveys.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. Yeah, so I was just kind of curious, but this is amazing. I mean, the fact that you were able to drop that particular one client from, what was it, $5 an opt-in to $2, and then a lead from 10 to 5. I mean, that's cutting lead cost in half. It's revolutionary. Mm-hmm. And what's this we're looking at right now? Neuroscience. What's this one?
So this is 1,700 leads that we got in 7 days underneath $1.
Wow.
And all it was literally this ad, right? Take this 3-minute test. And the test is ugly. I'm going to show you this just real quick. Lots of questions. Did mommy hug you? Did daddy give you a pony? Did your uncle love you? Whatever, right? Lots more questions.
Did your mommy hug you?
Lots more questions.
Wow, 23 questions?
Under $1 lead. People love answering questions.
Yeah.
So, see, I'll show you, and using that conversion pixel strategy, that's how we made the difference between that average cost per click of $2.93. That's how we brought it down to $1.07. I mean, it's huge. And I'll show you just one other example. Is check this out. I'm going to show you just this really quick, and you're going to see the arrow pop up. So, Heather, can you tell me where that first arrow? What number is that pointing at? I want to make sure that you can see the number.
Yeah, $6,772.11. It's total spent.
Yep. Okay. And frequency. Do you know what frequency is?
No, what's frequency? I don't know what that is.
That is how many times has the average person seen your ad on Facebook? So they've only seen it 2.81 times in the last 7 days. Okay? Not that bad. Like they haven't seen it that much. Okay? Can you tell me what that reach says right there?
So the frequency was 2.81, and then reach is 124,393 was the total reach for this campaign.
That's how many people, how many ads that people reached.
Yeah.
And then there's the reach again at 124,000. And can you tell me how much we spent on the ads?
So again, the total spend was $6,771.45.
Okay, now watch this. Head Trip.
Head Trip.
We've been running that same ad, that same creative, for the last, we are now at a year. We're actually at 13 months. So when people say you have to change your ads once a week, they don't know what they're talking about if it's converting. Now look at this. How many people are we targeting towards?
Only 18,000?
How many people do you remember what my reach was?
Well, over 124,000.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key? What's the...
So how is that possible where I have a reach of 124,000, but there's only 18,000 people there?
Right. What's the... Yeah, how do you do that?
So the first thing is I'm targeting an individual who spends money on a regular basis on Facebook. They're getting new customers, so I'm just drifting right behind them. And I told Facebook, hey, Facebook, I want you to target this person who's spending money, but I also want you to target, when I got my Facebook buyer lookalike audience, that means I basically got my pixel that looks like all my other buyers, and I said, I want you to target this one interest for me, but only target the people that look like my buyers list in this group. And we've made hundreds of thousands of dollars for this very ad right here.
It's really impressive, actually. I'm writing this down. I'm quiet. I'm like writing this down. Okay, so we've been here. It's 4 o'clock, and I know your time is extremely important, and I love the Head Trip, by the way. That's really awesome. You can go check out heatherhavenwood.com/adgenius. If you want to watch this presentation again, for some reason, it's heatherhavenwood.com/Kurt. And Kurt, thank you. This has been really impressive and intense, and you've worked with some top names that people didn't see than the people that are names are on there. Lead Pages is one of them. Mike Dillard's another one. I know those are the ones you're allowed to speak of, so there's a lot more that you're not allowed to speak of. So really, really impressed, of course, with what you've done, and more importantly, where you've come from, because I met you around the time when you were NFL. So, we both were the NFL, right? We both were in the NFL. So
and we're both like, we make so much money. What are you doing? Well, what are you doing? Well, I'm making a lot of money. What are you doing? I'm making a lot of money. Both of us are like, damn, I hope my credit card goes through for that coffee.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Came from the real estate investing days, and I lost my ass completely in Florida. I lost everything, so I completely understand that. You and I definitely have that synergy, and so it's been really great to interview you, and of course also see your success over the last 5 or 6 years, or 3 or 4 years actually. Mm-hmm. So, thank you very much for your time today. And is there any last words?
No, I mean, the big thing is people know what their options are. So I just say get started with the do-it-yourself stuff. I mean, rock and roll, get started. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, I'm really limited on time, but my assistant Ashley can absolutely set you up, and I got a full support staff here if you need anything else. But the biggest thing is just getting started.
And you ever have an opportunity to go down to the bunker? It is a bunker. Their office is literally in the basement off of 5th Street or 6th Street?
Nope.
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 Nope. Yeah, okay, sorry. No one's allowed to go there. 5th Street, 4th Street, somewhere in there. It's in the basement. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And thanks so much, Kurt. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, you guys. Have a great day. Thanks. Appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, this is Heather Havenwood. Thanks for being on the call today with Live with Heather and with Hangouts with Heather. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from each and one of you on what you, kind of what you want, what you want to hear, who do you want to hear from. And Lewis, you're live. Just want to let you know. I have a lot of people that I know and resources I love to bring to you, and entrepreneurs from around the country. I've actually been an internet marketer for 12 years, and I'm just now kind of talking about what I do and what I'm focused on. And really, honestly, if you're a small business owner, especially a female small business owner, an entrepreneur, honestly, I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you want and what you're struggling with. What are the things that you need right now to feel like you're successful? I know that Kurt's product is huge. It's revolutionary for $297. It's a small amount to pay to learn. I feel the number one thing you need to be doing in your advertising, in your marketing, even if you're a chiropractic office, even if you're a dentist, even if you're a lawyer, no matter what, you need to be really focused on Facebook advertising. Lewis, you still there?
Yep.
Hey, all right, thanks, Lewis, so what did you learn? I just wanted to, kind of get you on here. You actually do social media. You do my social media. What did you learn today from Kurt's?
Oh, man. It opened up my eyes completely, and, I've been running similar campaigns for another client that I have that, he just hit all the spots. I really liked the way he kind of set up, what he does in terms of targeting his audiences, where he starts, starting with the engagement and working up the different types of ads, because, it's such a interesting process, and it really builds up to this maximum kind of traffic inflow that you really need. I thought it was pretty awesome. Probably one of my favorite, I guess, social media related webinars that I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah. He's so intelligent and so smart, but more importantly, he's got these connections. He's got the connections that no one can get in front of. I mean, he literally sits down with the Facebook girl and guy. He calls it the Facebook guy and girl, and he did South by Southwest here in Austin, Texas, and then he did last week as well when they did. The Facebook came to Austin and had a one-day event, a business one-day event, and of course, Kurt's going to sit down with them, their compliance team, and talk to them because, he really has a huge amount of money that he spends with them, and they want to make sure that he's taken care of, and it makes sense. It's just awesome. So,
one of the things that I was very intrigued by was, earlier when he was talking about how Facebook pretty much has all these regulations, and they don't have to cooperate with you if they don't want to. I know that I've had a past client that insisted that I take part in some Facebook practices that were unethical. And, me being, well, you're paying me to do this, I guess I got to do this. I was seeing how Facebook was hurting the page's reach, the ads, the whole brand, and it's just like, don't mess with Facebook. When Facebook tells you don't do something,
just don't do it. Just don't do it. No, that's a great. Now I remember you talking about that because I think a lot of people on here who either do it for themselves or for clients, they get in that situation where they're saying, no, I need you to do this, and you're like, Facebook, the God, is telling me not to do it, and when you start doing it, they will do things like that. All of a sudden your engagement drops. All of a sudden you're not getting to your clientele and you're wondering why. And really, Facebook will tell you. They'll tell you, hey, don't do this. And if you cross that line, it's a good point. Because they have their own ethical, boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So, all right, guys, I really appreciate your time, and this has been a lot of fun hanging out with Heather. I want to hear from you. I really want to hear from you on what other people or what are you struggling with? What are your things that you want to have me bring to the table for Hangouts with Heather? And you can always find, you can go to YouTube, youtube.com/Heather Havenwood. You can find me on Google+. Was it googleplus.com/ is it Heather Havenwood, Lewis?
Yes.
I think so. Okay, great. You can always go to heatherhavenwood.com. And again, for AdGenius, you can see the link right here below, heatherhavenwood.com/AdGenius. Share this amazing video to your friends and family and anyone you know that wants to drive more leads on Facebook. All right, till next Tuesday in August. All right. Thanks, Lois. All right, guys.